Why is the Seal Pokemon just named Seal?
I hate Pokemon. Okay, I don't hate Pokemon. Obviously, I made plenty of videos about Pokemon. I live stream Pokemon. I just did a Let's Play on Pokemon. But I don't like Pokemon. But there are a lot of Pokemon that I can't stand. So today, for Scribble Thoughts, I want to talk about the Pokemon I hate. I have a list here on the side. Usually these are scripted and I'll talk about certain aspects of things and stuff. Today I just have the list scripted, but everything I say about these Pokemon come from the heart. I want it to be the hatred just to be all natural. Let's get started. Pokemon I hate. So there are 1,000 Pokemon out there. So, narrowing it down to a few you think would be easy. Well, the truth is, I actually like a lot of Pokemon out there. I like Pokemon like Vanillite and Trubbish. Pokemon that people tend to hate for some reason. Because they're objects. Gen 1 had objects. Doesn't matter. But, let me tell you why I hate Chingling. You might be asking yourself, why Chingling? Do you even know who Chingling is? My problem with Chingling is, one, baby Pokemon are unnecessary already, but Chingling? When Diamond and Pearl came out, people already forgot about Chimecho. See, I forgot about Chimecho. I couldn't even think of the name right now. So the fact that this little whatever he is, I thought he was like a magic wand when I was a kid. The fact that this little dude got a baby Pokemon, it's weird. I don't know why. I don't know who a Game Freak thought, yeah, Chingling should get or Chimecho should get a baby. It's very weird, but not only that, Chingling rarely shows up in any games. Obviously, baby Pokemon are only in eggs in Pokemon Go, so you don't see Chingling a lot in Pokemon Go. I don't even remember the last time I caught Chingling. I mean, outside of Diamond and Pearl, the Diamond and Pearl remakes, where I think you can catch Chingling in the wild, which is also weird. But I mean, I guess you can catch other baby Pokemon. Chingling is just weird because it's forgettable. Do I hate it? I kind of do. I just think forgettable Pokemon are just kind of lame. It's unnecessary. I don't like Chingling's design. I don't like Chimecho's design. So the fact that this thing got a baby and Chingling just looks kind of boring. I do like his cry. Cry is cute. But I don't know. This doesn't bow well with me. I don't like Chingling. And not as much as the Pokemon I'm gonna talk about in a bit, but Chingling, forgettable. Don't know what they're thinking. I would love to hear the story of how that came to fruition of how, I don't know. Forgettable Pokemon. Whatever. Alright, so the next Pokemon on my list is Basculin. Basculin, I will say I hate it a little less over the years because of Basculegion. Basculegion is very cool. I like Basculegion. I like riding on Basculegion. But Basculegion evolves from White Basculin. And I like White Basculin. I think it looks cooler, it looks sleeker, it looks more vicious. Blue Basculin and Red Basculin, I think it's Blue Striped and Red Striped, I think are just lame Pokemon. Blue Stripe looks kind of derpy to me. I can't explain why, but blue always looks derpy. And I love the color blue. It's not even a hatred for blue. I just don't like... I don't know, I just don't like it. Red Basculin... I don't know. I also don't like that they don't evolve. It's funny that White Basculin is cooler, but it actually makes me hate the other two Basculins more because those don't evolve. Those don't have any use. Those aren't strong. Those don't, I think they get the ability adaptability, so that kind of makes up for some missing aspects, but they're just boring Pokemon, and they're kind of portrayed in Pokemon Black and White to be the new Magikarp, but Magikarp evolves into Gyarados. If they were trying to, it doesn't need to evolve, it's already as strong as the Gyarados, they failed. And maybe I'm misremembering, maybe there is a Pokemon that's supposed to be the Magikarp replacement, but Basculin's all over the region, and the fact that they introduced this two versions of it is just, why? It's kind of like the Chingling thing, Chimecho's already useless, why introduce another one? Basculin's already useless, why introduce one that has a different color fin. I don't know. I hate that thing. I hate Basculin. And yeah, I mean, shout out to White Basculin, I guess, but whatever. The next Pokemon on my list is maybe a controversial one. It's Meganium. Maybe it's not controversial. I feel like more people nowadays, I feel like I've heard more people talk about how they hate Meganium. I think Meganium's just ugly. I don't mind Chikorita. Chikorita's fine. I actually love Bayleaf. But Meganium. I don't like Meganium. Meganium, I just think it looks ugly. I don't think it's that strong. I think it's kind of boring to use. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot going against it. Meganium might have a redemption story with the potential of it getting a new Mega, which is gonna be hilarious. That's gonna be Mega Meganium. That in itself is pretty funny and redeemable. But I just think he doesn't look cool. Feraligatr looks cool. Typhlosion looks cool. And maybe Meganium isn't going for the cool factor because Bayleaf is adorable, while Kolava and Krogama are cool. But Meganium isn't adorable either. It's not cool or adorable. Meganium is just a big, ugly dinosaur. And when Pokemon... This is a random. But when new Pokemon Snap was coming out, they were trying to market... I think Meganium's on the cover. They're trying to market Meganium like, how beautiful Meganium is. And I actually don't think it's beautiful in that game either. I think it kind of elevates like how ugly it is in Pokemon, because when that moment happens in the game, you're like, this thing's kind of ugly. At least that's my opinion. I just don't like Meganium. Controversial take. I don't know. The next Pokemon, Bruxish. You know, Bruxish might be my least favorite Pokemon. I don't hate it the most. I know that's kind of a weird distinction, but I'll get into the next Pokemon. But Bruxish is ugly. Bruxish is not strong. Bruxish is kind of rare for no reason. I think it's rare. I don't even know where you can catch it. I know it's in Sun and Moon, and I'm pretty sure you can catch it in the DLC in Scarlet and Violet because I had the shiny hunt it. Shiny's also ugly. It's a cool shiny because the colors are like drastically different, but it's still not cool. You know, it's still ugly in its own unique way. Bruxish, I just look at this thing. This is not a Pokemon. I really have no words for Bruxish. I just think Bruxish is terrifying. I've had people try to defend that. Oh, it's kind of cute in an ugly way. No, it's not even cute in an ugly way. It's just straight up ugly. Why does a fish have teeth that are sticking out? Whatever pattern's going on. I know there's fish out there. I'm sure it's based off of, I don't know my, terminology, but like I'm sure it's based off an actual fish. But I don't know. I just don't think the colors mesh well together. And it's again, and it comes down to just like usability sometimes, and Bruxish is just not usable in my opinion, and it's I just hate it. Also, another side tangent. I mean, when you hate a Pokemon, there's obviously going to be extra stuff like spiced on it. Bruxish is one of those Pokemon that always seems to spawn on my daily incense in Pokemon Go. I don't know if anyone else has that thing, but like Bruxish always spawns, and it drives me insane. Bruxish and like Phantom, like you get these same spawns, and Bruxish is always one of them. I don't know if he still spawns anymore because I feel like when they introduce your shiny, they stop spawning. I don't know. That's a whole side tangent, but I would always get Bruxish on my incense, which I don't know. I do not want. I get to use this thing once a day. Why would I want a Bruxish? I hate Bruxish. So, whatever. Kind of staying in the same theming of fish. My probably most hated Pokemon is Lubdisk, which is ironic because in my head it's called Hate Disc. Funny, right? Funny? No? Alright. Lubdisk is... I hate Lubdisk. Lubdisk is... That joke made me all blushy. I'm sorry. Lubdisk is an abomination of a Pokemon. It's not cute. It's not cool. It's weak. It's everything in between. It's useless. It doesn't have good stats. It's only real use in Gen 3 is to collect heart scales so you can relearn moves. I feel like that's the only reason why it was designed. Love Disc is atrocious, but there's more to it. So Love Disc obviously sucks in the main games, but I'm gonna tell you guys a story. And again, there's a lot of whatever your justification is for hating a Pokemon, it is valid, because sometimes you just want to, not you, but sometimes you just hate things because maybe something happened because of X, Y, and Z. Love Disc, I've already always hated Love Disc. I just didn't think it was an interesting Pokemon. I kind of hate it more because when Alola was announced for Gen 5, obviously a lot of people thought that was going to be a Love Disc evolution because, you know, Love Disc desperately needed it. But that wasn't the case. I actually kind of like Alola. A little bit stronger. Still not the greatest Pokemon out there, but, you know, it'll do. But Love Disc, this sucks. But Love Disc, I will admit, does have a pretty good shiny form. Like, a shiny form is just straight up gold. It's pretty nice. Like, it's not, you know, insultingly bad. But I think the year was like 2018. Love Disc was released for Valentine's Day in Pokemon Go. The shiny was released, and, you know, gold shinies are pretty. And at this point, I was trying to collect every shiny in Pokemon Go. Since they're drip feeding it, kind of made it more palpable of like, okay, I can do this. I can manage this. So Love Disc was released, and well, let's just say maybe I got what I deserved. Love Disc would not shine for me. I kid you not, I checked like 2,000 Love Disc. In Pokemon Go, the odds are 1 in 500, so I'm already over odds 4 times. Love Disc would not shine. One night, I'm out driving till like 4 a.m. and I'm driving, you know, in my little uptown area where I live, and my friend pulls up. He's getting off of work. My friend pulls up like, Andy? And I'm like, oh, hey. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to get shiny Love Disc. I'm like half asleep, like, I'm trying to get shiny Love Disc. And he said I looked like disgustingly terrible, like, that's a double thing, but he just said I looked gross. Like, he looked like I was dead inside, and I was, like, I really wanted this shiny, but, you know, as a shiny hunter, there's a point where you go so far, you can't give up. You gotta keep going. You gotta, you know, manage. You gotta get that shiny. So I kept going for it, and then one night, me and my family plays Pokemon Go. They wanted to go shiny hunting, and my mom gets the shiny in Pokemon Go, literally not even leaving her bed. She just screams, I got it, and she got the shiny. I never got the shiny that event. My friend ended up having to give it to me. He traded it to me, and it became Lucky Trade just to add salt to the wound. So, you know, I've always hated Love Disc, but I feel like that story really amplifies why I hate Love Disc. Obviously, it wasn't Love Disc's fault that it wasn't shining game program, but the fact that it's just an ugly Pokemon, the fact that it's useless, the fact that there's a freaking eyelash in my eye that won't come out, probably Love Disc's fault. I blame everything in life that goes wrong. Love Disc. A lot of hatred. That is a lot of hatred. I am terribly sorry for having a negative video. So, recap. I hate Chingling. I hate Red Stripe Basculin. I hate Blue Stripe Basculin. I hate Meganium. And I hate Bruxish. Most of all, I hate Love Disc. You know what? It feels good to get that off my chest. Well, let me know what Pokemon you absolutely hate, and maybe there's a story behind it. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. There are lots of Pokemon out there, and sometimes people tell me they hate a certain Pokemon, and I'm mind-boggled. So maybe one of the Pokemon I said today mind-boggled you, like, why does he hate Chingling? He's freaking adorable. Let me know if I insulted you, or any, you know, let me know in the comments. Let's have a conversation. I promise I love Pokemon. Maybe I'll make a Pokemon that I love video, just to kind of counterbalance my negative attitude. Or maybe we're just gonna ride this hatred wave.